just another day of going to work and acting like everything is okay, even though I feel like I'm drowning!
No, this has been extremely toxic and I can't do it. He's quitting and I can't do it by myself. No, not if he's quitting. I'm not doing this by myself. Absolutely. No, because I know what you're going to say. You're going to try to give me a raise and I don't want a raise. Okay. I want a better, healthier job. I understand that. I understand it stinks. It was kind of everything and more. What do you expect? To end up all alone because of how you treat people. You did this to yourself. Don't put that on me.
So I just got off a team's call at work. I got a meeting invite this morning called Team Update. There was about 15 people on the call. Our VP just terminated our positions. I'm feeling really upset about it.
Modern women have finally realized they might have seriously miscalculated. Turns out, acting like relationships are optional accessories doesn't always end in a fairy tale ending. It's like they read the instructions upside down and wonder why the furniture wobbles.
I don't get dating nowadays. This is the largest group of butt-hurt, bitter pen pals I've ever seen in my entire life. It's absurd. Like, you'll establish mutual interest with somebody, exchange numbers, and then you want to good morning me beautiful until my head is ready to explode. Like, I don't know about y'all, but my attention span is not something to play with. You've got 2 or 3 weeks of chit-chatting with me and FaceTiming before I expect you in person. All right? This isn't fucking summer camp. Let's keep in touch. No. I want to feel the weight of a man's bone. I can't say it. It's TikTok. But you guys, you get what I'm saying. Like, we need to establish real life chemistry. I'm not going to keep talking to you, talking about I miss you. I don't know how. We've never met. More, if you miss me, why aren't you in front of me? Like, what's the issue here? Why aren't you making a move? Lock it in, buddy. Are you short? Do you smell? Are you poor? You can't afford a date? We can go to a fucking park. Like, are you married? What is the issue? Because now you acting sus. And I lose interest on suspect people. Like, what? Lock it in!
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Are you single?
I'm single.
Why do you think you're single right now?
I'm single right now because I love to explore the world, to see every place, and men back home, they are quite different. Like, they just want to settle down. They're very old school. They just want to stay in one place, and that's why, like...
We're in Miami now. Where's back home?
Back home is in Austria.
You don't feel like you've missed your window to find a good man?
No way. It's different than in former years, I guess. So you have much more time. Many women always think like they have some time pressure, but it's not like that anymore.
What makes you feel like you don't have any pressure to settle down and find a man now?
Because there's still enough opportunities available, like everywhere. Back home, while I'm traveling, like everywhere.
But the man that you want, do you think that he wants you too, or does he want like a 23-year-old chick?
No, I think he would like me too.
What gives you that idea?
I know it because usually I don't experience like bad feedback after dates or that I'm getting ghosted or something like that. So, yeah.
For years, they were told they could do it all alone. And now the exhaustion is hitting like a Monday morning. Suddenly, the "I don't need anyone" slogan isn't as glamorous when reality sends a notification. Even Google Maps can't reroute fast enough from that life choice.
A world where more and more men are single because women do not want to date them is a world that's very dangerous for women, which is why I worry about retaliation in reaction to the rise of single men. We actually have data from this year that shows young women are way less interested in dating than young men are. And we have data to show that more women than men are single because they simply cannot find someone they are interested in dating. 38% of single American women say the main reason they're not dating is they can't find someone that meets their expectations, compared to only 23% of men say the same thing. College-educated women are are the group most likely to say they are single because they can't find someone that meets their expectation, 45%. And I can hear the men in my comments now saying, see, it's women's fault. They have too high of expectation and that's why everyone is single and lonely. But let me remind you that women have always entered into marriages with the expectation that it is going to materially improve their lives. We needed husbands for financial security. We needed them for bank accounts, for credit cards, to have a house to live in. And now women are doing better than men. We are more educated. We are stable on our own. And women who are independent and self-sustaining do not need to get married. When you don't financially need a husband or a partner, you can say, I'm not going to get a partner until I find one that's emotionally supportive, emotionally intelligent, doesn't need me to be his therapist and his mom, doesn't need me to do all the childcare, all the housework. And men will tell you, they do in my comments every single day, that these expectations are just simply too much. I fear for escalating retaliation that this will cause interpersonally between men and women, and also in legislative and policy decisions, like the push to get rid of no-fault divorce, in the rolling back of reproductive rights, and with things like student debt and college affordability. They're not going to make college more affordable when more women going to college results in higher expectations of the men that want to date us. So yeah, that's why I worry about retaliation of men who cannot make it worth it for women to want to date and marry them.
Are women better than men?
Yes.
How is that not sexist?
Women are better than men in many ways, scientifically speaking.
I don't care. Scientifically speaking?
Scientifically speaking, men's frontal lobe is less developed than a woman's.
This makes women better?
Yeah.
So
yes.
Moral worth is determined by one's intelligence? So why don't you just unalive people who have like
what
really
are you
low
talking
IQ?
About?
This
that doesn't.
allegedly,
so now it's getting into, oh, you want to unalive men, you want to do this, you want to do that. Okay, sure.
You did have to pause when I asked you.
Oh, now we're talking about pauses. Okay, let's talk about the numerous times you've needed to pause and think.
If you ask me, hey Brian, if you could, would you like unalive an entire
I wonder
gender?
why I needed to think. I mean,
no.
okay, so I wonder why I needed to think. Oh, God forbid a woman thinks. Oh my God, God forbid a woman thinks.
No, it's not about the fact that it should be. And I would tell this to anybody. If a man was sitting across from me,
I could care less what you would tell a man. Says the CEO of interrupting.
I'm the host.
Says the CEO of interrupting.
You're not the host.
Stop.
Get over yourself.
Says the CEOs of interrupting.
Let me get
Says
through
the
this.
CEOs
Can
of
you stop
interrupting.
interrupting, please?
The CEOs.
Can you stop, please? Okay.
They're noticing men aren't exactly lining up anymore, mostly because men prefer peace over performance reviews. It's shocking how quiet life becomes when you stop treating every conversation like a debate finals. Men basically press do not disturb on dating season.
Do you believe a lot of older women who are single because there was some good guy who she thought was lame that she passed up on back in the day? This whole idea that I believe Kevin Samuels put in y'all head, newsflash, buddy. Wrong. A nice guy does finish last sometimes when you're younger, but we don't regret it when we get older because you realize when you're young, your priorities aren't the same. As you get older, your priorities change. The way you think about relationships change. You've had some experience. You've had some heartbreak even. And the nice guy finishes first. I was back then, so I need y'all to let that go. Oh, she single because it was a nice guy somewhere. And how you know? First off, define a good guy. Because some of these guys who y'all see as good guys are terrible in relationships. And y'all say that like we got older and there was some guy who was a good guy or who we thought was lame who became a millionaire and had his stuff together, and magically we would want him because now in today's age he is exactly what we're looking for. And I call bull. The He-Man Humble Women Club come for me every time I make a post like this. But know this. Yeah, that's not how that worked. There were some nice guys who wanted me back in the day, and I dodged a bullet because looking at them today, I still wouldn't talk to them today. I need y'all to let go of the idea that once you hit a certain age, if you single, it's because you passed up on these great guys from back in the day. Like, no.
Instead of men chasing, now men are walking calmly in the opposite direction with snacks. Women are confused why the applause stopped when they didn't even check if anyone was still watching. It's like doing a mic drop in an empty room. Bold, but pointless.
I don't know who is out here telling y'all that it's plenty of fish in the sea, but they're telling y'all a half truth. Because at the end of the day, that may be true. But what's the other truth to that? Oh, I know that the fish that are in the sea, you probably don't even want them. The fish that is in the sea and that you actually want, you can't catch them. So, stop thinking you have a whole lot of options when you really don't.
I mean, men are 9 times more likely to commit after a divorce. This literally kills men.
Yeah, exactly, because men actually benefit from marriage more than women do. And when you look at the statistics of like post-divorce mental health outcomes, men have worse mental health outcomes than women. Women are typically happier after divorce. And so if you want to argue that marriage disproportionately benefits women, like that's not true.
I'd be pretty unhappy too if I was on child support or alimony and I had a hard time seeing my kids.
And you had to support your children. What a hard life.
Well, you understand that it's not taxed. So the problem is they take over 50% of the man's income because it's not, so they have to pay taxes on the stuff they're giving her and take half of his paycheck.
To support his children that he wants to be involved in their lives.
Right, but it wasn't his choice because women leave the majority of the time.
It is his choice to relinquish his parental rights if he wants to.
What I'm saying is many men want to be married and they want to be an involved father and they want to stay with the mother of their children. My point is if she makes the decision to leave, she should pay for it. If you want to leave, that's totally fine, but you should pay to raise your kid.
Is it not his child as well?
And he should pay for the time. That's why I said 50-50 custody off the bat, no child support, no alimony.
So she gets to take on all of the childcare responsibilities, but he doesn't have to like pay anything. He doesn't have to have any buy-in.
I didn't say all, I said 50-50 custody. He should have the kid half the time.
But doesn't have to pay any money towards it.
No, he should pay for the kid when the kid's at his house.
Okay, and so the majority of the time when the kid is at the mother's house, he doesn't have to be involved in any way financially?
No, she should pay for it. She has a job. Why should he have to pay for a kid?
He should support it.
If she chose to have the kid and she chooses divorce, why should she not have to pay for her own decision? That's the thing. See, there it is. You want all the freedom to do whatever you want, but you don't want to have to pay for it.
Suddenly, the bare minimum looks like a luxury suite. Modern women are realizing kindness wasn't a red flag after all. It was the Wi-Fi connection for a healthy relationship. Turns out, you can't stream happiness on airplane mode.
See, you fight dirty. And what I'm hearing is you talk to your man like a woman.
No.
Oh yeah, you do. Because if you talk to him like you should talk to a man, you should know from a safety standpoint that you need to keep your mouth closed. See, when two men are talking, there's a low-level threat of violence. If I'm sitting here talking to a man, I know their lines. I can't cross certain lines with any man. I don't care how big or small he is. After a certain line, we're going to have to shoot the fair one. But you will go damn well low because you know good and well he ain't going to do nothing. Because if you talk the way if you argued with him, if you argue with a woman the way you argue with him, would you and that woman end up in a conflict?
Possibly.
Have you ever heard the saying, the hotter the girl, the crazier the sex? That's a scientific fact, my guys. Get out your pen and paper, take some notes, my kings, okay? Number 1, highly attractive women get hit on probably 50 to 100 times more than average girls. Wow, right? Translation, she's had decades of nonstop practice turning men into walking zombies, and that confidence transfers directly to the bedroom. She's been running the game since middle school. Number 2, her dopamine receptors go brr. Hotter women get more frequent, intense dopamine hits from the male attention, right? What's the result? Their brains are literally wired for bigger and higher highs. Normal sex is boring to them, the same way McDonald's is boring to an award-winning chef. She needs the 7-course freak menu or she is checking her Apple Watch while you're giving it your all. Number 3, the novelty-seeking gene variant, whatever the hell that means, is significantly higher in extremely attractive women. That's the same gene linked to skydiving, threesomes, and backshots on yachts. While a 6 out of 10 wants missionary and cuddles, your 9 out of 10 wants to be dominated while calling you daddy in 3 different languages. Number 4, sexual boredom threshold is lower. Research shows the more options you've had, the faster you need escalation. The result?
She has men offering to do any fantasy she can possibly imagine. If you bring basic vanilla, she is already checked out. Number 5, ego plus beauty equals 0 shame. Average girls worry, what if he judges me? 10s already know you will worship anything that they do. So she goes full XXX movie director, toys, role play, filming, mirrors on the ceiling, whatever. She's not crazy. She's just never been told no in her whole life. Here's the bottom line. The prettier the face, the crazier the taste. God gave her a symmetrical face and took away all her inhibitions as payment. Date a 10, and you're not just getting a girlfriend, you're getting a mega freak that will likely eat your soul.
Now the narrative is flipped. Men aren't disappearing. They're just selecting peace as their main character arc. Women assume men would always stay, but men discover the exit button works just fine. Some guys even found the upgrade button labeled Quiet Weekends.
Primarily what I see is cruelty.
To who?
Typically, like the young women that you debate with that are sex workers.
Why? What do I say that's cruel?
About the things that they've done, their lifestyle. The way
yeah,
that it
well,
taints
look.
them and ruins them.
It does. Doesn't it?
Then how does your wife's conduct...
Is my wife a prostitute?
I think 3 baby daddies is pretty...
Is that a prostitute?
No, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same thing. So why are you making the equivocation over and over and over again? If I look at a worker and say, hey, little Tom, your son one day is going to look up your on the internet, do you think that that's the equivalent of saying, hey, you have stepbrothers? Do you think that that's even in the same universe? And how is that shaming, pointing that out to them? One day, these women's children are going to have people come over to them and say, hey, man, I off to your mom's. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm saying something that's not true right now.
I mean, if you have a hot mom, that's already happening to you anyway.
If someone comes over and says, hey, your mom is hot, ha 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 ha, is nothing like, look at your mom getting double penetrated, bro, ha ha. Do you understand the difference there?
I do think that, to me, those
you don't care. You don't care.
Both would be considered societally tainted and fallen.
Where's the hypocrisy then when I tell workers this truth?
You have forgiven your wife for her past actions.
No. There was no forgiveness required here. What do you mean?
What are you talking about? You doing a good thing or whatever, man? Or you looked past her past
No, never said that either.
All right, what are you talking about? Like having those stepkids, like it was a good thing that you did.
Wasn't it?
It's a neutral thing that you did.
Oh. It's a neutral thing that I did. Okay, got it.
So yes, modern women see now that maybe, just maybe, they fumbled a bit. You can't blame men for choosing calm over chaos. It's basic survival instinct. Honestly, if peace were a product, men would have bought the lifetime subscription.
That's today's chapter of the Sigma Chronicles. Subscribe for more unfiltered reality.